The revelation of the revelation. The four Gospels explained by their writers by Jean-Baptiste Roustaing, 1881. Source: www.tinyurl.com/the four Gospels. The infirm woman. Luke, chapter 13, verses 10 to 13.
And he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath-day, and behold, there was a woman who had a spirit of infirmity 18 years, and was bowed together, and could in no wise lift up herself. And when Jesus saw her, he called her, and said to her, Woman, thou art loosed from thine infirmity. And he laid his hands on her, and immediately she was made straight, and glorified God.
Section 81. The Jews attributed to Satan, that is, to evil spirits, everything which they could not understand or explain. When Jesus cured infirmities, the bystanders often ascribed the cause to possession, whereas the Master says merely, disease. But observe that although the narrator, writing in accordance with Hebrew ideas, said that this woman had a spirit of infirmity, Jesus himself said, Thou art loosed from thine infirmity, and laid his hands upon her, which he only did in cases of material cures, instead of commanding the spirit to depart from her, as in cases of possession, that is, of obsession or subjugation. This woman was afflicted with softening of the spinal marrow, causing weakness of the spine, which deprived her of the power to raise herself. The spirito-magnetic action employed by Jesus restored the needful strength to the enfeebled organs, and the woman stood up. But you could not understand any explanation respecting the agencies by which the cure was effected, because you have not yet acquired a knowledge of the nature and effects of the fluids which surround you. Any questions would therefore be superfluous. Confine yourselves to spirito-magnetic action, that is, to spiritual magnetism, which may be combined with the action of your own fluids. Whenever you make use of magnetism in faith, for the sole purpose of relieving the sufferings of humanity, your guides aid you by spiritual magnetism, which is imperceptible and invisible to you. If you pray fervently for aid, their action can be still further increased. Practice this celestial science which the Lord has entrusted to you, with ardor, perseverance, and disinterestedness. If you are devoted and benevolent, you may thus raise up those who fall, make the deaf hear and the blind see. You can heal wounds, stanch the flow of blood, strengthen the weak, and make the crooked straight. We do not say that your willpower would be sufficient alone, for you are not yet sufficiently disengaged from matter, but perseverance and the secret aid and intervention of your guides will enable you to obtain with time results which the will of the Master alone was sufficient to effect instantaneously. We repeat, do not neglect the treasure which the Lord has entrusted to you. Serious practice and perseverance will develop your powers, and if you exert them in faith, the Lord will bless your efforts. The revelation of the revelation. The four Gospels explained by their writers by Jean-Baptiste Roustaing, 1881. Source: www.tinyurl.com/the four Gospels.